Welcome back for the second video in our LIPIX training series. In this video we're going to cover the patient detail page, including the tabs that show up here on the left side of the screen, as well as all the information included at the top of the screen. After completing an initial search for a patient, the first you will see is the Encounter tab, which will show you the encounters for the patient. Within those encounters, you'll be able to see the facilities the patient was seen at, associated MRN numbers with those facilities, the type of encounter it was, the admission discharge date, as well as the clinician that saw the patient there. Also available, if needed, is insurance information for that specific patient, which can be found by clicking on any one of these little icons on the right. Now, before I move on, I want to go over the tabs themselves. The tabs hold specific data on that specific patient associated with the encounters. Now, you'll notice here on these tabs right now, we have the first two tabs are a dark blue. The third one is light gray. The light gray shows a clinician that there's no data available within that specific tab, therefore saving them the time of actually going in and looking for information there. Also on this page, we have some things at the top that I'll go over. First, we have this timeline at the top. The timeline allows a clinician to easily select a specific time frame for the encounters they want to review for that patient. They can do that either by clicking on a specific block within that time frame, which allows them to add or remove a specific encounter, or they can select preferences, which will then allow them to search by a specific date time frame. So at the top we'll also see the information on the patient, which will have patient's name, gender, date of birth, age. We also have these three icons in the top right. This first icon shows us that we have other addresses that exist for that patient. Clicking on that will open up a secondary window, which will then allow us to see the actual additional addresses for that patient. And we can see all addresses we have on file. The next icon shows us that we have demographic information for that specific patient. Clicking on that again will open up a secondary window, allowing us to view that specific demographic information for the patient. And the third icon shows us that we have allergy information on the patient. Two ways to get to the allergy information. One is to click on the icon, which again will open up a secondary window for that specific patient, at which point you can see the allergy data. The second way is through the allergies tab, which is over here on the left side of the page. Clicking on that will open up the allergy data within the viewer window. Now also here we have these additional tabs. The second tab holds common labs for the patient. These lab results will be shown in chronological order, starting with the most recent lab first, going back through all of the encounters that the patients had. Each one will show the specific range for that encounter. By hovering over it, you can see, first of all, the reference range for that specific test. Secondly, within there you can also see if there is a comment, any comments that were written associated with that test. Results that have comments will be identified by an asterisk. The third one is a micro and pathology reports, which will be shown in the very similar format to this. The fourth tab down shows us all lab results for the patient, which will include everything that we could possibly seen or that's been done to the patient. By clicking on the C under cumulative, this will allow us to open up a secondary window on that specific patient and see the history of those specific results. Now when looking at these again, same rules apply as far as the asterisk is concerned, and hovering in order to see the reference range. The fifth tab we have down is the radiology tab. This tab will show us any radiologic reports that have been provided for the patient, the date that was provided, as well as by clicking on the report link, you'll be able to see a detailed report of those radiology results for that specific patient. And that concludes the second video in our training series. I thank you very much, and please join us for the third and final video, which will cover the balance of the tabs within the patient detail pages. Thank you.